Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're going to go cover the fact that Xbox actually now has officially responded to the FTC. As you guys probably know, the FTC has had some pretty big beef right now when it comes to Xbox. They just made a huge, massive legal documentation, basically re-sparking up this big Activision acquisition, saying that Xbox was utilizing its huge monopoly it's now somewhat been cultivating to raise prices to essentially ruin the Xbox PC Game Pass type vibe. So basically how Xbox Game Pass is now not even existent anymore. It's just moved to like this weird integration of just basically like Game Pass, and then PC has day one and then Xbox doesn't. It's very convoluted, very confusing. A lot of people are like, what's going on with this? And then obviously right now it's not been good for consumers because base level Xbox users don't have access to day one unless they increase the price. And as well, they also are apparently stating that it's good because they're getting online access instead of having Xbox Live, which they got rid of that. And then at the other time too, the FTC is like, why is everything going up in price? Why are games getting more expensive? Why are the games like horrible? Like look at Redfall. And right now, a lot of people are questioning what's going on. So basically, due to all this big legal issue, they went and filed a massive complaint discussing this. And now you guys are kind of caught on up, and I'm talking about that a little bit more. But Xbox actually has now had a chance to respond to all these allegations. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm kind of with the FTC. I want to hear your thoughts if you guys are an Xbox user, PC user, or just like drama. Let me know what you guys think down below. But I kind of think right now the FTC is trying to lower prices, or at least if they did want to raise prices long-term, say for Xbox, to do it more tastefully and maybe wait a little bit longer, and as well not like release such god-awful games like Redfall. And I think right now they're actually trying to help out the consumer. Like it seems like they're into it. And well, let's go and discuss Microsoft's response, and we'll give you guys the full picture. So subscribe if you guys are new. We have the Twitter and Twitch room down below. We're probably live up on Twitch as we speak, and let's dive on into it. So as I mentioned, we had like this big court filing. They call them out. Xbox costs more money. They're rooting games. They're like, it just sucks for Xbox users. Like if you have an Xbox Series X and S, they have screwed you over. Like I don't want to be like an anti-Xbox guy, but I'm more of a pro you users of Xbox rather than pro Microsoft. I will always pick the user over Microsoft. Now it makes sense. They spent a lot of money, like $80 billion to go and get these companies. They need to make the money back. It is technically a better offering, but I still think them removing it from Xbox and day one is unacceptable. Basically because PC has a similar product that's better than Xbox, and Xbox users are their core. Like these are like the people who matter. And I don't like the fact that they're even toying around with this. And it does seem like what the FTC is worried about. As soon as they had all this power and control and everything, when it comes to these companies, they instantly left, instantly gave up. Saying Microsoft has responded to the FTC's filing about Xbox Game Pass price increases. It calls the FTC's letter a misleading extra record account of facts and says the FTC is wrong to call Game Pass Standard a degraded version because it includes multiplayer. Now, to kind of give my stances before we dive into this deeply, I think Game Pass, in my opinion, their main selling point is the day one games. I might be unique. This is why I'm asking and making a video for the discourse of it. I like Game Pass for the day one games. That is what would make me subscribe, keep my subscription, and keep on resubscribing. Give me access to day one games, and I will enjoy Game Pass. I may, as I have access to Game Pass, maybe check out other games as well, such as checking out indie games and other various games. That's fine, I might. Or if there's maybe a random game as I have a occurring Game Pass subscription, I might be like, hey, it came out day one, or hey, it's like a new game, I'll check it out. But I'm not usually someone who is doing it for online multiplayer. Mainly because I'm also on PC, so it's already included, so duh. So I might be biased, I'm not an Xbox user. But I could also vouch that a lot of people for Xbox want day one games. I really don't know how people want it. I understand that online is included, sure, but why not include online and also Game Pass? Like you can still get it for the slightly more increased price option, but once again, this is what the FTC is arguing against. It's like, why not just give everyone a cheaper price and better day one games? And I would hope you guys watching would agree. It's just like, duh, like give people the hookup. So this is their response. Over here stating, Dear Mrs. Dwyer, the FTC's Rule 28J letter presents a misleading extra record account of the facts and is a continuation of the agency's attempt to reinvent its case on appeal. but I don't think they're wrong. Like, mainly because I want the Xbox users to have a cheaper, more efficient product that is nice. Microsoft is the biggest company in the entire planet. I'm not going to give them much leeway for them increasing prices proactively, especially when the government bodies kind of gave them a freebie for Activision. I don't mind if they own Activision. I think it's fine. But Call of Duty on Game Pass, I think that will save people money over time. So there is going to be a benefit. But maybe less of a benefit at this point because, well, they're not getting day one games or even maybe Call of Duty. We don't fully know yet. We haven't had a Call of Duty launch cycle yet. But as well, these games, what happens if they increase the price again and again and again? And at a certain point, it's not worth it and it's not a good deal. And that's the bigger issue. Earlier this month, Microsoft announced changes to its gaming subscription service, Game Pass, to provide consumers valuable options at different price points. Microsoft is offering a new service tier, Game Pass Standard, which offers access to hundreds of back catalog games and multiplayer functionality for $15 a month. Now, once again, it's almost kind of weird because it's not the world's worst deal. I just don't think $15 for online and backlogs of games is worth it. Because at a certain point, if you're mainly a multiplayer user, $15 a month is kind of a lot. Because if you don't care about these old backlog of games, or maybe you have Game Pass for a year and you go and already went through them all, like you don't care. You want the day one games. And I'd rather maybe have like a $10 a month, $5 a month, $7 a month, whatever, price for a monthly online subscription if that's needed. But once again, PC does not have a monthly subscription thing just to play online. So that's where in my mind, it does seem like a degraded offer. It is wrong to call this a degraded version of the discontinued Game Pass for console offering. I disagree because they don't have day one games, and you also have this weird kind of combination of live and all this that you're excluding out and trying to like formulate into a product. The discontinued product did not offer multiplayer functionality, which has to be purchased separately for an additional $9.99 a month, making the total cost of $20.98 a month, while Game Pass Ultimate price will increase from $16.99 to $19.99. The service will offer more value through many new games available day and date. Among them is the upcoming release of Call of Duty, which has never before been added on a subscription service day by date. But once again, I understand they're trying to say like, hey, if you had all these things separately, it would cost more money. But if you guys also know most deals, and this might be a weird thing, but let's look at like Wendy's. You go buy nuggets, you buy 5 nuggets, $3. You buy 10 nuggets, $5. You go buy 50 nuggets, whatever the equivalent of $30, whatever it might be, like the proper price. So you're meant to save more money, the things that are bundled on into, because the company itself is making more money. So yeah, in theory, these separate price points may have also been $1 more in theory, but what happens then on the next price increase? Where it goes to maybe instead of $19.99 instead $22.99, and they still have the increase on other various price points. And at the end of the day, I'm trying to be a little bit nitpicky on this because I do not want Xbox to go and just go off the rockers. And that's what the government was trying to stop. They don't want them to be going hardcore and increasing their price at $30 a month, being like, hey, but you get Call of Duty. It used to be $70. Yeah, that's nice, but you still need to provide a good value, and it does seem like pretty instantaneously. Bear in mind, this is before Call of Duty has ever been offered as a day one title on Game Pass, that it's not good. The FTC barely mentioned subscriptions at trial, instead focusing on the theory that Microsoft would withhold Call of Duty from Sony's console. But I think at the same point, I think the price points of their own consumers matters more. Because that's just, and more of like the overall vibe of like Xbox users getting screwed over. The district court correctly rejected that theory, which is now further crowded by Microsoft and Sony's 10-year agreement to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation, a contract Sony was thrilled to enter. And while the FTC has now tried to shift focus to its alleged subscription market, its letter does not map onto arguments below, setting aside that it's common for businesses to change service offerings over time, which is fair and fine. But once again, most of these businesses don't change these huge functionalities within a year of them owning these things. And that's what the big government bodies want to prevent with monopolies. So Microsoft would withhold Call of Duty from rivals and therefore harm competition. But even if it's alleged subscription market, Call of Duty is not being withheld from anyone who wants it. There basically remains no issues with that. So at the end of the day, that's fine. Like if they're focusing that Call of Duty is available on other platforms and they're still making money as a company, PlayStation, Xbox, that's okay. But one thing they're not really noting is that they're ruining their own Xbox users. Xbox users, in my opinion, did get a degraded product. You go and put that same $14.99 a month offering with day one games, no issue, no problem. I'm okay with it. But the fact you had to spend an extra $5 a month and maybe even long-term higher prices, it did, in my opinion, offer a degraded system, especially when PC in comparison is also paying less for more day one games, no online multiplayer, and a cheaper price. So why not just go and offer the same exact thing for console users that you have for PC users, and then the problem is solved. But it does kind of seem like they're milking this opportunity, milking Call of Duty, and I just think people want fairness, and I do think Xbox users from Microsoft themselves are getting screwed. So give me your thoughts and comments on this down below. We have the Twitter and Twitch room as well. I appreciate y'all for watching, and say hi on Twitch if you guys want. We're probably live right now.